Now at 6, 2 police officers are hurt in a shootout on a busy Doral street right in front of a police station.
Just a stark reminder of the danger that our officers face every day.
The suspect killed at the scene.
You must be a very sick and very desperate individual.
Tonight, what led to 2 officers injured. All of this unfolding just days after a Hollywood police officer was killed in the line of duty. Thankfully, the Doral officers hurt today are going to be okay.
We're told today's wild scene began as a road rage type incident. We have CBS 4 live team coverage. Our Joan Murray is at the Ryder Trauma Center with the latest on how the officers are doing.
Well, let's begin with CBS 4's Peter Dench. He's been on the story all day long. And Peter, you learned why it ended up in front of Miami-Dade Police Headquarters. Why is that?
That's right, Elliot. This was not a coincidence that it wound up right in front of Miami-Dade Police Headquarters. A source tells us that the man who was being pursued by the suspect, 24-year-old Jordani Rodriguez Perez, was actually coming here for safety. Now, the source says he was pursued some 16 blocks in nearby Sweetwater. We obtained a police radio transmission of one of the calls. As shots are fired from across the street from Miami-Dade Police Headquarters, officers rush out of the building and race to the scene at Northwest 92nd Avenue and 24th Street.
I think that shots were fired. Doral 135, can you advise on the pickup truck as well?
Doral police say a man who was chasing another man in a vehicle struck a tree, spun out of control, jumped out of his car, and opened fire. He was killed when police returned fire. 2 Doral officers were wounded.
One received a gunshot wound to the chest, the leg, and the arm. Fortunately, he was wearing a bulletproof vest. The bulletproof vest stopped around.
He was initially taken to Jackson West and then to the Ryder Trauma Center.
The second officer received a graze to the left cheek, either from glass or shrapnel. He was fine.
That officer was transported to Kendall Regional. A third person who was in a panel truck was shot in the leg. A bullet also hit the car of a 4th person. A source tells me this all started not far away from Miami-Dade Police Headquarters, right here at Northwest 108th Avenue and 22nd Street. Detectives are trying to sort out what prompted this incident. Officer Ray Valdez says officers had no choice but to fire on the suspect.
When you decide to shoot at someone who is trusted and charged with the safety of the community, you must be a very sick and very desperate individual.
It happened just 5 days after Hollywood police officer Yandy Chirino was shot and killed when responding to a suspicious person call in Emerald Hills.
Yeah, it's alarming. Anytime that you hear that an officer's been shot, you have that moment of trepidation until you get all the facts, until you figure out exactly what's going on. So I will say it was touch and go for me personally in light of what happened earlier this week.
Now, Doral police tell us that the man who was pursued is being treated as both a witness and a victim. He was questioned by Doral police. It's not clear at this point how many shots were fired, but the shooting is being investigated by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the FDLE, which is standard procedure in such cases. We are live in Doral. Peter Dench, CBS 4 News.
Peter, thank you. New at 6 and just in, we're learning more about how all of this started. CBS 4's Joe Waldman has also been following the story. He is live in Doral with the new details. Joe?
Elliot, good afternoon to you. We're actually in an industrial area of Sweetwater, and I'm going to step out of the way so I can tell you what's going on here and why this is relevant to the 2 officers, or at least the one officer who was shot and the other who was injured today. Now, we've been hearing a lot about road rage, but Claudia, our photographer, is pushing in on what is called City Electric Company, again, in an industrial area of Sweetwater, and you'll see a white van there. That is FDLE working a crime scene right outside the electric company. Literally just seconds ago, Miami-Dade police took off from here. They had their crime scene unit on scene. They left, and so did Sweetwater police. So it looks like they are finishing up their processing. But what we are hearing is that a manager who worked at City Electric was attacked by the accused shooter today. He was hit in the face. That manager was able to get away with the help of a customer who was at City Electric, and he was able to cross the street and head into another business called Gomez and Sons Fencing. Now, there's a gentleman who works at Gomez and Sons Fencing. His daughter was on scene here a short time ago to pick him up, and this is what Ingrid Juarez had to say.
Well, what I've heard was that the manager from there was the one that got hit from an employee. Apparently, he worked there. And then he came running over here, the manager, gushing blood, and hit on my dad's manager's office. And then the guy came, but then apparently a customer was trying to separate the fight when it first started. And then from there, he hit the guy's truck. There was a Tundra, a white one. And then he's like, "Oh, don't hit me. I have family." And because he hit one of the trucks. And then when he saw that he hit one of the trucks, the guy took the opportunity and took the car, his Tundra, and ran off.
And we are back out to a live shot of what appears to be the owner of City Electric, where this confrontation started, who is now locking up his fence and appears to be taking off for the day. That white Tundra, which Ingrid spoke of, was apparently the customer who tried to break up the confrontation. We still do not know why it started. The person who took off in that BMW she spoke of, that is the accused shooter who was killed today. That is the very latest from here. Send it back from Sweetwater to you guys in the studio.